There's a look at Lavelle Edwards on the sideline. The man has taken BYU to 16 bowl games and 11 straight in his career at BYU. And he is quite a head coach. He knows about the passing game. But interesting, and there's Bill McCartney, who came from the Bo Schembechler mold, and he's a little bit like Bo during the game. He gets pretty heated.
Well, we saw him last night with a little bit of a mix-up here, and you could see a little bit of Schembechler come out.
There's a look at Ken Culbertson, who will kick off for the CU Buffaloes. And number 28, and deep for the BYU Cougars are Stacy Corley. And now there's the CU helmets in the air, and those are all the seniors, and they're saying, let's do it for the seniors. This is their last chance, and Culbertson will kick it away deep. And it comes down at the 10-yard line to Corley. He's up over the 20 and just past the 25, and will be tackled there, where it will be first down and 10 for the BYU Cougars. So BYU has decided that they will take the ball and not defer. Sean Covey will start at quarterback. The junior Fred Whittingham out of Orange, California, will be the fullback, and the halfback Matt Bellini out of San Leandro, California. Chuck Cutler, one wide receiver, their leading receiver, and Matt Odell from Orem, Utah, the other wide receiver. First down and 10 at the 26-yard line as we look at the offensive tackles, and we go to the first play. Covey up under center. Bellini and Whittingham are the backs, and it's a handoff to Bellini, and he breaks up over the 30, 35, 40, and will be pushed out of bounds at midfield. So the passing team right off the bat goes to a run, Jim. 25 yards for Bellini. Tim James pushes him out. Let's take a look at the rest of the offensive line for the Cougars while we have the chance. Warren Wheat out of Phoenix, Arizona at left guard. The left tackle, John Hunter out of North Bend. And Phil Nuahahi will be the center. Don Boozbark and Brian White round out the offensive line. So the Cougars on the first play get 25 yards from Matt Bellini, number 8, the top running back for the Cougars. And it's first down and 10 at the 50. Covey under center. He'll get motion. That's Cutler. And again, the handoff inside to Mike Solito, the backup fullback, and Solito will get 8 yards. It'll be second down and 2. Alfred Williams will start at left end for the Buffs. Arthur Walker at left tackle. Tom Reinhardt is the nose tackle. Cole Hayes, the right tackle, and the right defensive end, Paul Rose, for the injured Canavis McGee. Don DeLuzio will be the middle linebacker, and the right linebacker, Michael Jones. The secondary, the freshman, Dion Figures at one corner, and we'll get the rest for you after this second and 2 play. Covey under center, again, Cutler in motion. And DeLuzio forces the fumble and recovers. He was in there quickly, Jimmy, and I've got a feeling, oh, it was Michael Jones.
Michael Jones on the blitz. No one picked him up. He almost took the handoff from Covey. Big turnaround for Colorado. Don't you go love it, though, Mike? Here it is. We're talking about BYU's passing attack. They come out running the football.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at Anaheim Stadium. Here's the fumble, Jim.
Well, as you saw, Michael Jones, number 59, blitzing up the middle. No one picked him up. He almost took the ball away from Covey.
Just 57 seconds have elapsed, and we've had a lot of excitement as CU takes over, and who else but Eric Bieniemy on the first carry. The young sophomore tailback sensation for the Buffs gets the first carry, and he's up for about a 2-yard gain before Pete Hairston stops him.
Well, you can't expect Bieniemy to go wide on the first play. They put him up the middle. Trying to cross everybody up.
Bieniemy over 1,200 yards this year as we look at the starting lineup on offense, and we'll get to them all quickly. You're looking at what they call the eye bone, although it's the triple option. Onesi will keep it this time and go outside, and he'll be brought down just short of the 43-yard line. Let's take a look at the rest of the starters on offense. Jeff Campbell out of Vail, Colorado, at one wide receiver. John Perrick, the tight end out of California. Bill Coleman at left tackle. At left guard, Joe Garton. The center, Eric Norgard, on a few All-American teams. Darren Muhlenberg out of Lakewood, Colorado, at right guard. And the right tackle is Mark Vanderpool. Third down and a short 3. And again, the triple option. And the first down for CU as Anesi runs the option. Let's take a look at the defense for BYU. Pete Harston at the left tackle. Tim Knight at nose guard. Bud Orr, the right end. Dwayne Johnson out of Provo is the strong side linebacker. The middle linebacker is Bob Davis out of Arizona. The left linebacker, Reagan Hansen. And Anesi gets ready on first down and 10 at the 35, and it's Bieniemy to the weak side over the 35 and skips down inside the 30 to the 28.
Bieniemy looking like he has a little problem getting the handle on the football, but still picks up some yardage. Just take a look here. You see the ball bobbling right there. Bieniemy, though, looks it right back into his hands. Now looks downfield. He's going to pick up some yardage here. Good block. Well, not really good block out in front, but, you know, shaded him a little bit.
Dwayne Johnson finally made the stop, the outside linebacker. That will bring second down and 3 just inside the 27-yard line of BYU. Handoff inside to Kissick. The fullback breaks a tackle. He's going to go all the way. No. Will they mark him at the 1? Yes. 27 yards to the 1-yard line. And Eric Bergerson was the one who brought him down.
Well, they crossed him up. You're going to Bieniemy, and all of a sudden handoff inside to Kissick. Let's look at it. Good blocking right there, but good running by Kissick. Breaks a couple tackles. He sees the end zone right now. He wants it. Not quite there. First and goal to go for the Colorado Buffaloes.
I saw Jim Grabowski's eyes light up. He likes to see those fullbacks get the long run. So it's first and goal for the Buffaloes just inside the 1-yard line. The I-bone formation, and it'll be Bieniemy diving in for the touchdown. And Colorado is on the board first at the 12:30 mark of the first period. All set up by that 27-yard run by fullback Eric Kissick.
Well, and also you got to think about the fumble. BYU moving the football well on the ground. A little mix-up in the line. Let's take another look at Bieniemy. He wants to go high. He's going to go over the top, but he really doesn't need to. He could have scored either way. Good blocking once again out in front. You saw a good block by Perrick, 87, the tight end.
And lining up for the extra point is up and good. Jeff Campbell, the holder. Jimmy, here's the replay.
Let's take another look at it. Good lead block out in front. And as I said, Bieniemy goes high. Reagan tried to get in there to make the stop, just couldn't do it. Bieniemy shows some great leaping ability along with that speed.
6 plays, 49 yards. Took him 1:33 after Jones forced and recovered the fumble. So Culbertson will kick it away, and BYU will get their second shot on offense. Ball is taken just inside the 15 and out up over the 30-yard line. And BYU will take over their first down and 10. Tony Crutchfield took it outside for 21 yards. Let's go down to the BYU sideline and Dwayne Dow.
All right, well, of course, they're excited here on the sidelines, but we're excited about our national fan poll because we have viewers phoning in from all over the United States. Should there be a national college playoff to decide the major college football champion? Vote now. If you vote yes, dial 1-900-400-6381. To vote no, dial 1-900-400-6382. There is a $1 charge per call. Mike?
All right, and Sean Covey on first down will run the draw play. And it's taken by Fred Whittingham, but for not much yardage as the CU defense was prepared this time for the running game, Jim.
Well, interesting. Now BYU has had 4 plays, and all 4 have been runs.
There's a look at Whittingham, who carried the ball for a loss of 1 yard. Cole Hayes was there on the draw to make the stop for the Buffaloes.
Interesting statistic, Wayne. Colorado has won 16 of the last 17 games when they score first.
So it will be second down and 11 at the 28-yard line for Covey. And he'll look to make his first throw. Throws in the flat and complete to Bellini, but he slipped and fell right at the 30-yard line. It'll be only a gain of 2, bring up second down and 9.
And Bellini had room to run. That ball a little underthrown by Covey. Bellini coming back for the ball. If he could have caught it in stride, he would have picked up the first down.
51 receptions, 15.4-yard average and 4 touchdowns, and you know that they throw a lot to the back.
That's for sure. 15.4-yard average reception for a running back is just great.
So it'll be 3rd down, 8 yards to go at the 31-yard line of BYU. Covey under center with 3 receivers to the top. He's got lots of time under pressure, and he'll be sacked. Sacked back at the 22-yard line by Alfred Williams, who's the outside linebacker. But, Jimmy, we found out that he's going to be rushing every down.
Well, they had a 4-man front. You'll see it from the outside. But credit the secondary this sack. Look, Covey has a lot of time to throw the football. He's looking. Now, he doesn't see Williams come from behind. Number 94. That's a secondary sack, Mike.
Brian White, the right tackle on offense, made the recovery. And so now Pat Thompson, the second best punter in the country, will kick it away from his own 10-yard line. A high hanging punt, and we'll get a fair catch at the 48-yard line by Jeff Campbell. 29-yard punt, 7-0 Colorado. After a 29-yard punt by Pat Thompson, CU takes over 1st down and 10 at their own 49. Motion in the backfield, and Bieniemy will take the delayed handoff, and he'll have to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. And maybe a yard short before Chad Robinson, the weak side linebacker, pulls him down for BYU.
Good play by Robinson. He really took the outside away from Bieniemy. He wanted to take it out there. Robinson wouldn't allow, made the tackle. Good solid football play by Robinson.
So give Bieniemy a 1-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11 at CU's 48-yard line. The Buffaloes run the triple option, and this time it'll be Bieniemy around the right side, and again BYU waiting for him, and 4 or 5 of the white shirts bring him down again before he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I'll tell you, Troy Long was up there in the force position, but he really took a beating. He got hit by the wide receiver, then the guard pulling knocked him on his derriere. That's part of playing football out there, playing defense, isn't it?
Another 1-yard loss for Bieniemy. It'll bring up 3rd down and 12 and force the Buffs into a passing situation, something they're unfamiliar with. 2 wide receivers and a slot back, and Anesi will look to throw on 1st down. His first pass, and it's in and out of the hands of JoJo Collins at the 35-yard line, and a pass he should have caught, Jim.
Well, we said Anesi's not the greatest thrower, but this ball is right on target. JoJo Collins knows he should have caught it. You'll see it right into his hands. You know, sometimes receivers like to leap when they don't have to leap, and there's a case. But you could see it right there. That ball certainly should have been caught. It looked like it hit him in his face mask.
Brian Mitchell had the coverage, but he wasn't very close, and it was fortunate that Collins dropped it. So English will punt it away from his own 35-yard line. A high driving kick by English, and it will be a fair catch at the 10-yard line. All right, BYU will take over after the punt at their own 10-yard line. Salito made the fair catch there. Blaney is the tailback. Covey up under center. And there's an inside reverse to the fullback, Fred Whittingham, and he'll get out up over the 15-yard line. And they'll mark it there. A gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Don DeLuzio, the inside linebacker for CU, made the tackle.
There you see a picture of Fred Whittingham. He is the leading rusher on this Cougar football team. You know, it looks like the Cougars are making pretty good adjustments. Colorado's come out with that 4-man front once again. I didn't think anybody expected to see that, but they're going to put a lot of pressure on the BYU quarterback.
2nd down and 4. They gave 6 yards to Whittingham. Ball at the 16-yard line. And Covey will again hand off, this time to the tailback. Bellini breaks over the 25. To the 30 and will be pushed out of bounds. Goes to the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 37 as Michael Jones had to catch him from behind. And again, the BYU running game that surprises everyone. 24 yards for Bellini.
Watch this blocking right up front, right there. Good blocking out front. Good hole for Bellini. Now makes a nice cut. Now he breaks the tackle of figures, number 29. Good solid running by Matt Bellini.
Jim, I would imagine that CU's defense is a bit surprised at this running game right off the top.
I'm sure they didn't expect it, Mike. I didn't.
1st down 10. 37-yard line of the Cougars. Two wide receivers, one to the top, and the tailback again, Bellini. And he'll take the pitch. Going right, this time CU's waiting for him, and the Buffaloes take him down just at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, bring up 2nd down and 7. The tackle was made by Joel Steed, the nose tackle.
We got a flag on the play, Mike. Holding against Colorado. Personal foul against Colorado. I didn't see that out there.
Lavelle Edwards watching from the sidelines as Jack Gatto, the referee, signals personal foul. CU.
Personal
it will
foul
be 15 yards
and
move the ball to the Colorado 45-yard line
down.
and a first down for the Cougars.
We've seen one passing attempt by Colorado by Brigham Young so far, haven't we?
There's a look at Bill McCartney on the sideline shaking his head saying, I don't want these guys doing anything silly. And he got something silly, a 15-yard penalty. So Covey will bring them out at the CU 45-yard line. First down 10. 7:40 to go first period. The Buffaloes lead 7-0. Cutler in motion. And an inside handoff to Salido. Mike Salido, the backup fullback. And he gets inside the 45 before Don DeLuzio pulls him down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
I think we're going to see a lot of Salido. Although Whittingham is the #1 rusher, Salido has been in the ball game many times, rushed 61 times for 336 yards. They like him. They think he's going to be a real fine football player.
And again, the surprise to everyone, BYU keeping the ball on the ground. 2nd down and 7. At the 42-yard line. Covey under center. Again, Bellini the tailback. And Covey will drop the throw. Has plenty of time, can't find a receiver, and then throws it over the middle and incomplete off the hands of Chuck Cutler. Cutler was open, but Covey threw it high and he couldn't hold on.
Mike, you noticed a short drop, though, by Covey. He was really bumped by his own lineman. Now watch Cutler right there, wide open. But you know, Covey is running to his left. He sees Cutler late. He tries to get it out to him, just couldn't get there. And you know how difficult it is to run left, throw right.
These talented BYU receivers may not have the deep speed, but they're smart enough to find the holes in the Colorado zone. So Covey now will face a throwing down. 3rd and 7 at the CU 42-yard line. Wide receivers right and left, split backs, and Covey will drop. He's under pressure, and he'll run it over the 40, dives to the 35, and not only gets the first down when Bruce Young tackles him, but also gets the flag for what appears to be a late hit.
You know, Covey showed a little more quickness than we expected there. Another personal foul going against Colorado. That's 2 in this series.
Jack Gatto and his official staff, umpire Joe Kozak, linesman John LeBaron, line judge Dean Crowley, the back judge Tony Corrente, the field judge Judson Howard, and the side judge Bill Levy. So it was the personal foul on Bruce Young for the late hit. The strong safety hit him late. And it will be another first down just inside the 20-yard line.
You know, Mike, last night I was talking to Roger French, the offensive coordinator for BYU, and I was talking about his passing game. He said, hey, we can run the football too. You know, they rushed for over 300 yards against the Air Force.
Covey will come out with split backs this time, receivers right and left. On first down, just inside the Colorado 20-yard line. Draw play, Whittingham, and he'll get to the 29. Let's go down to the BYU sideline to Dwayne Dow.
All right, very good, Mike. Now, our early returns overwhelming in favor of a national playoff. 81% of the calls received so far, people saying, yes, there should be a national college football playoff. And 19% say no, there should not be a national playoff. Now remember, they still have the polls, just as they have the polls in college basketball, where there is an existing national playoff. Give us a call. There's a $1 charge. And let's go back to Mike.
2nd down and 10, and Covey is in the shotgun and will throw over the middle. Has a man wide open, Salido, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. 19 yards from Covey to Salido, and it's 7-6 Colorado.
We saw the first play out of the shotgun. Covey having a lot of time to throw the football. Salido finds that opening in the zone. Really a mix-up in the secondary there. That free safety or strong safety should have been around. Let's take another look. Now look at the protection that Covey has. All kinds of time. He's going to Salito all the way. He knows he's going to be open. Sure enough, 6 points for BYU.
So on for the extra point is Jason Chaffetz out of the hold of punter Pat Thompson. Ball is down, kick is up, and we have a tie football game with 5:38 remaining in the first quarter. It's BYU 7 and CU 7. Jimmy, here's the touchdown pass from Covey to Salito.
As we were talking, Mike, in our break, they go to the shotgun for the first time. They find the opening. They get the 6 points. Great job of coaching by the BYU staff. You saw Salito wide open in that zone.
8 plays, 90 yards for the tying score, 7-7, as Earl Kaufman kicks off deep to the 5-yard line to M.J. Nelson. He'll bring it back across the field, breaks over the 20-yard line, has room at the 30, and will be brought down at the 30-yard line by Brian Mitchell. So the Buffs will take over there, first down and 10. M.J. Nelson, 28 yards on the return. And, Jim, there's a penalty marker down.
There's a flag on the play, Mike. It's going to go against BYU. It may have been a face mask. I think that's what the ruling is going to be.
Again, that BYU drive was 8 plays, 90 yards.
Face mask.
And the 19-yard touchdown pass got this tied up.
During the run back, 15
So this will mark off a big one.
First down.
15 yards for grabbing the face mask, and they'll move the ball up close to the 46-yard line. 5:31 remaining. Salinesi, 397 yards rushing. And again, when you run the triple option, you're one of the triple options, the quarterback. This time they go straight from the I formation with 2 wide receivers. And the fake to the fullback, and Anesi will follow him up to the 50-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll bring up second down and 5. And Chad Robinson, the weak side linebacker, made the stop for BYU.
Nessie's got to have good eyes, Mike. You saw that hole really open up back behind him. He found it. Good decision.
Eric Bieniemy, the tailback. Kissick, the fullback. Mike Pritchard, the other running back normally, but now they've gone to 2 wide receivers, Collins and Jeff Campbell. And it'll be Bieniemy this time. Breaks a tackle at the 50, gets into BYU territory, and will be very close to a first down.
Dwayne Johnson, the outside linebacker, I'm sure thought that he had Bieniemy cold. He grasped for air. The quickness of Bieniemy just showed right there.
Bieniemy, the little guy out of California, 5'6", and they're reaching there. But he is 190 pounds, got the big legs, and he is quick.
They call him Scooter or Beep Beep. When he's in the open, they call him Beep Beep.
First down and 10. The ball at the 43-yard line, and I couldn't see because everybody jumped offside there.
Well, it looked like Whittingham started a little early. Excuse me, Kissick started a little early.
And once they get past the 50-yard line, the field goal kicker starts warming up. So Ken Culbertson on the sideline as they sort out who moved who.
Dead ball, procedure, offense, repeat first down.
Well, you got it right there. Dead ball, procedure against Colorado.
So that'll move the ball back to the BYU 49-yard line. It'll be first down and 10, CU at the 49. Anesi brings them out, and again, they're back to the I formation, this time with a pair of tight ends. They've gone away from the I bone. Anesi under center, puts it in the fullback stomach, pulls it out, breaks over the 45, drags the tackler down to the 41, where Troy Long finally holds on long enough. It'll be a gain of 4, bring up second down and 6. Sal Anesi, the quarterback out of California, recruited to run the triple option. Anesi, 1,401 yards of total offense this year. Most of that
through the air.
Yeah, and that's a surprise too. Anesi again in the I formation, receivers right and left, and he'll drop to throw on 2nd and 8, and it's thrown over the middle and incomplete to Eric Bieniemy out of the backfield, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, you saw Bieniemy yelling at the officials saying, hey, get out of my way, you almost knocked the ball.
3:47 to go, first quarter. 3rd down and a long 8 for CU. Nessie with the long snap count, and he'll pitch wide to Bieniemy. He breaks over the 40 and gets close to the 35-yard line. He'll come up about 2 yards short of a first down, and it'll bring up 4th down and 2 as Bob Davis, the middle linebacker, made the stop for the Cougars.
Bob Davis, maybe the best defensive player that BYU has. They really think a lot of him. He's a good inside guy, got pretty good speed, as you saw right there. He got to the outside to stop the enemy.
No punt here. It looks like Bill McCartney will go for it, Jim.
They say, let's go.
4th down and a long 2 yards. Make it 2.5. 36-yard line of BYU. They'll run the triple option. Anesi can pitch it. He won't, and he's short. It'll depend upon the spot, but Jim, it looks like he was about a half-yard short.
Well, he knew exactly how far he had to get to. I agree with you, Mike. I think he's going to end up short. Sure it is. He's been up a whole yard short. We're going to see some good defense by BYU. The option, a little ride to the fullback. You see Troy Long, number 21, kind of playing in the middle, coming back to make the tackle. Soon as Anesi made the decision, good reaction back by Long.
Now, Jim, what does this do to CU's defense? I mean, they've scored on them. Now they couldn't make it on 4th and 3. I mean, this could turn the momentum.
And you know, the first series that BYU had the football, they moved it well on this Colorado defense. So I would think that BYU right now is like, hey, this ball game could be ours. Let's go for it.
2:58 remaining, first quarter. Score tied at 7. And the BYU Cougars have just stopped the Colorado Buffaloes on 4th and 3, and will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. The question was, would Sean Covey stay at quarterback, or would they go to freshman Ty Detmer? But so far, Covey has been excellent for the Cougars.
Well, if they're continuing to run the football as they have, I don't think it'll matter.
2 wide receivers, top and bottom, and the lone running back. And Covey goes on 1st down and hands off to Mike Solito, the fullback, and he bowls his way up over the 40-yard line and make that Fred Whittingham 33, not 22. And Whittingham gets 6 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Michael Jones made the stop. 2nd and 4, 2:41 to go. First quarter, score tied at 7.
Good leg drive by Whittingham. You saw him go into the pile, and the pile just keep moving back about 3 more yards.
2nd down 4. 2 setbacks this time. Covey with the long count and draws CU offside. And Covey will just dive forward. The penalty marker's all over as the nose tackle Tom Reinhardt tried to get the jump on the snap, and it'll cost him 5 yards.
Well, their center, Phil Nawawi,
Defense
has done that very often throughout this course of this season. He sees anybody go over the neutral zone, he automatically snaps it. It's an easy, quick first 5 yards and a 1st down.
So the 5-yard penalty will move it up to the 47-yard line of the Cougars. And with the penalty, they'll have a 1st down and 10. Score tied at 7, 2:10 to go, first quarter. Brigham Young, just one 15-yard penalty for the face mask, and Colorado's been penalized 4 times for 40 yards. 1st and 10, inside 2 minutes in the first quarter. BYU with 2 setbacks, 2 wide receivers. And Covey will run the draw play to Whittingham over the 50, 45, and he's drilled at the 42-yard line by Bruce Young. 12 yards on the draw play.
Watch this run right at the end. He's going for the 1st down right. Good blocking once again up front. Watch him in the air. Whittingham, whirling dervish. Woo.
Hit high by James and low by Young, and probably gained 4 yards in midair.
Well, I'll tell you though, Mike, it was a great trap block by Busenbark there to open up that hole.
1st and 10 at the Colorado 41-yard line. Rose hustles onto the field as CU was short 1 man. And again, the running play. Off left tackle by Mike Solito, the fullback, and he's inside the CU 35-yard line to the 34. Bruce Young, again, the strong safety, had to make the stop.
This BYU team coming into the football game has only averaged about 3.7 yards per rush, and so far this evening it's been a lot better than that.
8 yards for Solito. 2nd down and 2 at the Colorado 33-yard line. 3 wide receivers. The lone setback is Whittingham. And again, Whittingham gets the call, but he'll go nowhere this time as Michael Jones slips inside and pulls him down at the 34-yard line. A loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Once again, though, Mike, they're pulling that right guard on the trap, turn it up in the hole. Jones reads that, comes right behind the guard. The center isn't quick enough to pick him up.
And again, the running play for the BYU Cougars. 15 seconds and counting in the quarter. 2 setbacks, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. And Covey watching the clock. Got a mix up at the wide receiver spot. Now he gets motion. And he gets the snap off before the end of the quarter and fires it in the flat, complete to Bellini at the 30-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down, and that will be the end of the first quarter.
You gotta like Matt Bellini and his concentration on the football. He knows that he's gonna get hit. As soon as he catches the ball, looks it right in his hands, looks for the hit, and he gets it.
Into the first quarter, 7-7. We'll be back after a word from our local station. Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at the end of the first quarter with it tied at 7. And Jimmy, there's a look at the first quarter stats.
Well, you see the rushing pretty even, but I'm really impressed with this BYU football team, especially those up front guys. They're doing a heck of a job.
First down and 10 for BYU at the Colorado 29-yard line. Covey again on the draw play. Inside handoff, and Mike Solito will get up very close to first down yardage. He got 9+, and again, CU looking for the pass.
Well, if you like to see traps, you're seeing them this evening. Once again, trap on the defensive end, big hole, and Bellini finds it.
Lamar Gray finally made the stop, but the Colorado Buffaloes again looking pass, and the draw play fooled them for 9 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1 at the 20-yard, just inside the 20-yard line of Colorado. Covey with a lone setback, and Whittingham will get it. He breaks over the 15-yard line, and his leg drive takes him right to the 10. A gain, a big gain.
Once again, Mike, they're trapping the defensive end. This time it's Alfred Williams, not used to playing really a real defensive end position. Big hole opens up for Whittingham, and again he gets the first down.
10 yards before DeLuzio and Young bring down the big fullback. 7 rushes for 30 yards for Fred Whittingham, number 33. So the BYU Cougars knocking on the door in the first minute of the second quarter. Handoff this time to Bellini, and he'll dive to the 5-yard line before Bruce Young brings him down.
We keep repeating ourselves about the big holes, but the offensive line of Brigham Young is awfully big, and they're doing a job. Good cut that time by Bellini, going over the pile, picking up some good yards, about 6 yards.
How about guards and tackles that are 280, 280, 280, and 300?
They average 280 yards across the front 5.
2nd down and 5, and the Cougars can make a first down right at the goal line. This time, Whittingham is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Taken down by Lamar Gray and nose tackle Tom Reinhardt.
And Mike, also a good job by Gray at closing down on the trap.
3rd down and 5, and again, the Cougars can make the first down. They'd have to inch it right up to the goal line. They're at the 6.
You think it's shotgun time again?
Well, we've said they're a passing team all along, but they've been running the football pretty well. 3rd down and 5 for a first down, 6 for a touchdown. Lone setback is Solito. Covey wants to throw, looking in the end zone deep, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by McLuhan. Dave McClellan picks it off at the back of the end zone. It was thrown high by Covey, and CU has stopped the BYU Cougars.
Bad decision by Covey. He had his tight end open short. Well, we're going to see Covey coming out on that rollout. You saw Hanley, ADH, open short. Covey didn't go to him. He went deep, and that was a deflection into the hands of McClellan, but a big turnover for BYU.
So the Colorado Buffaloes will take over first down and 10, their own 20-yard line, tied at 7. Inside handoff to the fullback, Kissick. And Hemingway's in there now. There's a look at Dave McClellan, the cornerback, and I know his dad, unfortunately.
Good genes. His father played for the Oakland Raiders. Mike, but that's been a real problem with Brigham Young. They've turned the ball over so many times. In fact, in the last 4 ball games of the year, they turned it over 20 times. The last 2, 15 times.
The last drive was 12 plays, took over 5 minutes, and they come up empty. Give Hemingway 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8, and it's the enemy this time scooting over the 25-yard line. And a little reaction there as he bounces up to the 29. It'll be short of the first down by a yard as middle linebacker Bob Davis makes the stop.
Well, you can see Colorado's rushing statistics this year, 7th in the NCAA, averaging over 281 yards a ball game. And so far, Brigham Young has done a pretty good job of shutting them down.
The enemy over 1,200 yards this year would have set a CU rushing record if he hadn't pulled a hamstring in the second to last game of the season. Less than a yard to go, and Anesi will sneak it, and they'll mark it over the 30-yard line. It'll give them a first down, and tackle made by the entire front line of the BYU Cougars. Lavelle Edwards, very interesting, was a defensive coach. And I asked him, where did you develop this offense? He said, I took all of the plays that I couldn't stop as a defensive coordinator, and I incorporated it into my offense when I became a head coach. BYU, 10 first downs. The Colorado Buffaloes only 4. On first down, Anesi will drop the throw. Got a man open over the middle, and it bounces off of his knee and up into the air. John Perrick, the tight end, was the intended receiver. Scott Peterson on the defense. Let's go down to the sidelines to Dwayne Dow.
All right, Mike. Hey, the phones are ringing around the nation on our great fan poll nationwide. We want to know how you, the fan, really thinks about these big issues in sports. Should there be a national college football playoff to decide the national champion as there is in basketball? We don't mean throw out the polls. Keep the polls, but add a national playoff involving the bowl games. If you vote yes or vote no, give us a call. Mike?
All right, Eric, the enemy wants to throw the halfback pass, and it looks more like a shot put that comes down incomplete out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Troy Long on the coverage of Mike Pritchard. That was a design play, but the enemy had lots of pressure, Jim.
Oh, he certainly did. Chad Robinson, the outside linebacker, was right in the face of the enemy, but I think maybe the enemy ought to stick to running.
10:53 to go, second quarter of this 5th annual Freedom Bowl. We're tied at 7, BYU and CU. There's a look at Lavelle Edwards, and as the old defensive coordinator, he liked that one. Pressure. Anesi up under center. Third down and 10. He'll drop the throw. He's got time, looks for the screen in the flat. It's complete to Bieniemy. He's over the 40, and he's got enough for first down yardage. So on third and long, a 13-yard screen pass from Anesi to Bieniemy.
Well set up, though. You can see the blockers out in front of Bieniemy. Good kick-out block right there. Now, good hole for Bieniemy. And you don't want to give this young man holes like that because he picks up the yardage and a big first down by Colorado. Let's take another look. Anesi does a good job of looking downfield first, setting up the screen, a little bit of fake there. And again, good kick-out. And the enemy makes the best of it.
First down and 10, CU. Ball at the 44-yard line. They'll run the triple option, and Anesi's got no one to pitch it to as he's taken down by Regan Hansen, the inside linebacker, and it'll be a loss of 4, bring up second down and 14.
BYU has really done an excellent job in the first down situations. You know, you put Colorado in a run-throw situation, they're going to burn you. But BYU has been able to stop on that first down and get them in predictable passing situations.
You build your teams with players from your own state. American Fork, Utah for Regan. Second down and 14 back at the 40-yard line of CU. They go back to the I formation and pitch it wide to Eric Bieniemy. Cuts back inside up over the 45. They'll mark him down at the 48.
Once again, Bieniemy now threatening the outside, sees the hole back inside. As we said earlier, he has good vision. He got the great peripheral vision, finds those holes. And, you know, I think the defense kind of loses the guy. He's not very tall, and he'd get lost among those big trees.
The great runners always make the good cutback. Bieniemy, 9 rushes, 37 yards, and the lone Colorado touchdown. Third down and 5. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Buffalo. And the pitch goes wide, this time again Bieniemy, and he cuts back inside over the 50, inside the 45, down to the 44. Nice 11-yard run again by Bieniemy, enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the BYU 40. .8:37 and counting. Game tied at 7. Salinesi, a good look at the triple option quarterback. Puts it in the fullback stomach, pulls it out, cuts back over the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And again, the triple option. You always fake to the fullback. Then you've got the option of keeping or pitching.
I'd hate to have been a defensive man against that type of offense. You know, you're grasping at one guy. No, he doesn't have the football. Go to the other guy. No, he doesn't have it. It's out, pitched out to the wide guy.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski at Anaheim Stadium, Anaheim, California, the 5th annual Freedom Bowl. Score tied at 7, Colorado and Brigham Young. Second down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. This time George Hemingway, the big fullback, breaks up the middle, up over the 20-yard line, and bounces to the 15-yard line. Eric Ferguson finally takes him down after an 18-yard gain.
George Hemingway, big, strong fullback. Good block right up there. He sees it. Now watch this. He looks like he's going to pick up some big yardage. Now he's going to get hit, and the ball's going to bounce loose, but Brigham Young can't find the football. And sometimes the bounce to the ball is in your favor. Comes right back to Hemingway. Let's look at an overhead right now. Again, good hole. A little trap up the middle. And watch the ball juggling out of his hands. Now he looks and brings it back in.
Hemingway gets lucky, and it's a first down for the Colorado Buffaloes. They pitch it back to their tailback Bieniemy, and he'll be stopped for a 3-yard loss by Troy Long, the blitzing strong safety.
Good play by Long. He got the penetration. There you'll see McCartney a little upset with that play.
Coming up will be the 13th play of this drive. It was a 12-play drive by BYU.
You can see there, right? And 43 times inside the 20-yard line, they've scored 31 TDs and 7 field goals. Well, that's proficiency, isn't it?
Second down and 13 after the 3-yard loss. The fake to the fullback, pitch outside to Bieniemy. He's inside the 15 and will drive to the 11-yard line, where he's pushed out of bounds after a great block by JoJo Collins.
Good job of riding Hemingway into the line. Good fake right there. I think the whole interior part of the BYU defense thought that Hemingway was going to get the football again. Boom, it's out there to Bieniemy.
An 8-yard gain. And they'll mark the ball at the 11-yard line, where it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Colorado Buffaloes. 3rd and 6 for the triple option inside the 20-yard line.
2 tight ends, Mike.
2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, 2 setbacks. Anesi will run the pitch to Bieniemy, and he's going to be dragged down after he crosses the 10-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, and it will bring up a decision. Regan Hansen, the left inside linebacker, and Mark Neal, the strong side linebacker, make the stop. It's 4th down, and we'll watch for the field goal team.
Mark Neal showed some pretty good speed coming across the field to run down Bieniemy.
So it will be the field goal, and it'll be Pat Blotto lining up at the 15-yard line with the 10 yards of the end zone, a 25-yard attempt, and it is wide to the left and no good. 6:02 remaining, and the score is still tied at 7. We'll be back after a message from our local stations.
Yeah, Colorado runs 14 plays, 72 yards. 6 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock. They come up short. Previous series, it was 5 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock, and Brigham Young came up short.
Brigham Young averages 322 yards passing per game. They've got 27 so far. As they go 1st and 10 from their own 20 after the missed field goal, and they'll go on the inside handoff again. Whittingham, the big fullback, will lose maybe a yard. Michael Jones was there to make the stop, the inside linebacker, and again 27 yards passing for a passing team like BYU.
It's going to come, though. It's going to come. Alfred Williams is doing a better job now in the defensive end position. He's not taking himself out of position. He's looking for the trap, and he's starting to close it down.
Whittingham lost a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11 at the BYU 19. Covey with one lone setback, drops to throw. Into the flat. Dion Figures had Cutler covered very well, and Covey threw it into coverage, as they say.
He certainly did. If Figures would have turned around and looked for the football, he would have had the big interception.
With the incomplete pass from Covey, it'll bring up 3rd down and 11 at the BYU 19-yard line. Covey has struggled. He came from the state of Utah as the player of the year his senior year in high school, and they had big plans for him, but he's really never reached that potential. He'll need it here. 3rd down and 11, facing a heavy Colorado rush. 2 setbacks, and then Bellini in motion. Covey rolls to his right, looking, can't find a receiver, and he'll be brought down at the 14-yard line. So it'll bring up 4th down for BYU, and deep in their own territory, and they'll have to punt it away.
A planned roll out there, a little drop back 3 yards, and then roll it to the right to get away from the coverage. Good pressure put on by Arthur Walker. But again, the secondary has done a great job by Colorado.
Pat Walker will come on to punt. He'll stand in his own end zone. Deep are JoJo Collins and Jeff Campbell. And the punt will come down at the 47-yard line. And drop there is Collins. And they'll mark it at the 46. Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back in Anaheim as you look at the Colorado Buffalo bench with the score tied 7-7 BYU and Colorado. Colorado, after a punt, takes over 1st down and 10 at their own 46. The triple option, the pitch to Bieniemy, and he'll be pushed out of bounds inside the 45-yard line by strong safety Troy Long.
Troy Long's been all over the field this evening. I keep wanting to say afternoon. I don't know why that is.
It's gorgeous California.
That's it. It must be because I'm here in California. But you saw Mike Pritchard out in front of Bieniemy just shading the cornerback, doing a good job. You know, those guys just got to get in the face of someone, just get in the way.
2-yard gain for Bieniemy. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. 44-yard line of the Cougars. Score tied at 7. Again, 2 wide receivers for Colorado, and they'll run from the I formation, and the draw play to Bieniemy straight up the middle. He goes over the 40-yard line and pushes up close to a 1st down.
The way that play sets up, Mike, it almost looks like Anessi's going to fake the draw to Whittingham, the fullback. A little bit of a fake, then he gives it into Bieniemy. You want to give it to the speed guy, you know.
It'll bring up 3rd down and very short yardage. Tim Knight made the stop, the nose guard, finally pulled Bieniemy down. Make it 3rd down and 1 for Colorado at the 37-yard line of BYU. A look at LaBelle Edwards. Wants his defense to hold these 2 yards. This time the eye bone for Colorado. Fake the inside handoff. Anesi will keep it and struggle and push forward and come up very close for the 1st down as 4 or 5 Cougars bring him down.
You saw some pretty good strength there by Anesi. He looked like he was stopped short of that 1st down. And once again, the pile just keeps moving.
When you run the triple option, you keep it yourself. You better make the 1st down or the 2nd string quarterback starts warming up. Mark the ball inside the 35-yard line. Enough for the 1st down for Colorado. 3:27 and counting. 2nd quarter. Score tied at 7. And Colorado driving as they took over at the 49-yard line of BYU. Again, the motion. pitch back to Bieniemy. He wants to throw it, but pulls it down, turns the corner, and will be pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Stopped there by inside linebacker Regan Hansen.
That's twice now they've run that option pass where Bieniemy's got the option to throw the football. He looked downfield. He saw Campbell covered. Said, I'm going to keep the football, make the best of it.
In talking to offensive coordinator Jerry DiNardo for CU, he said, we've got a few tricks, but we've got to establish the triple option first before we can run the tricky plays. They've tried a couple, both fairly successful.
They really haven't developed that outside option yet. It's been a Nessie up in the middle, and they've been the fullback inside too, but they really haven't gotten Bieniemy out wide open.
Two tight ends, I formation. Again, Bieniemy straight up the middle. Breaks over the 30, the 25, inside the 25 to the 23, and Brian Mitchell brings him down, the left cornerback for BYU.
You can see why they call Bieniemy the scooter.
Let's go down to the sidelines to Bobby Anderson.
Bill McCartney's been a little frustrated with his field goal kicking. Of course, Ken Culbertson was just warming up here. He broke his left fibula after the football season. He's the kickoff man and long field goal kicker. They're going with Pat Blotto right now, hometown boy from Anaheim. Back to Mike.
All right, Bobby. First down 10, Colorado Buffaloes, 22-yard line. Hand off inside to the fullback, and he'll get a couple of yards inside the 20-yard line. Regan Hansen brings down Eric Kissick.
You remember those statistics we showed earlier. Inside the 20-yard line, Colorado has scored 37 out of 42 times this year.
A percentage that any head coach will take, including that one right there, Lavelle Edwards. Unfortunately, his team doesn't have the ball. Second down 7 after the 3-yard gain by Kissick. 2:16 and counting. The pitch back to Bieniemy. He goes off right tackle, makes a quick move inside, and gets to the 15-yard line, where free safety Scott Peterson brings him down. He'll be 2 yards short of the first down.
You know, you got to appreciate that quickness of that young man, number 1, Bieniemy. Not very big, but boy, he can scoot.
The defensive players from CU say he runs sideways as fast as he runs forward.
Stop on a dime, huh? Give you 9-cent change. That's an old one, isn't it?
Third down and 3. Colorado Buffaloes. 15-yard line of the BYU Cougars. Again, the eye bone, fake to the fullback. Nessie will go outside, fakes the pitch, now pitches. He had the first down anyway. Pitch back to Eric Bieniemy, and he was pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they mark the ball. If it's enough for the first down, Bob Davis did push Bieniemy out of bounds.
Well, Nessie's pitch just lost him 2 yards. He pitched it back to Bieniemy, who was out of bounds. Let's take a look right now. Bieniemy riding in the fullback Winningham. Sees the opening right now. Now, he's always conscious about the pitch, but look, he pitches it right there. Bieniemy's out of bounds. They lost 2.
It'll be interesting to see where they mark it. They need the 13-yard line for the first down. The chains have come out on the field as Lavelle Edwards looks on, and it's going to be short by about 6 inches, and they'll bring up fourth down for Colorado. Now, Pat Blotto missed an easy or a short 25-yard field goal.
No decision,
Yeah,
right? Absolutely no decision. You're going for it.
Yeah, the old fullback knows. Give it to the fullback, let him get the first down.
Nah, you know, the old tailback like yourself, you know, when a quarterback sneak.
You're right, Jim. I believe he lost 2 yards pitching it back out of bounds.
Well, let's look at it where he gets, his forward momentum is right there. It's over that yard marker. He pitches it back. Look where Bieniemy is out of bounds right there. Maybe not 2, but a yard at least.
All right, the Buffaloes will set up with 2 tight ends, John Perrick and Tom Stone. They'll set up in the I-bone formation. Pritchard is one wingback, Kissick the fullback, and then they break the bone by putting Bieniemy at the tailback spot, and they'll go for it on fourth down and 1. Nessie on the quarterback keeper, and he pushes forward. He only needed about 6 inches. Bob Davis, the big middle linebacker, tried to jump up and keep him from going forward, but he's got enough for the first down, it looks like.
He's got the first down. He only needed 6 inches. He didn't get much more than that, maybe a foot.
Bill McCartney, the head coach of CU, said, let's go. 1:25 left in this half, and the clock is moving. First down and 10. at the Brigham Young 12-yard line. On the near hash mark, out of the I formation, it'll be Bieniemy to the weak side. And he steps over a man inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. An excellent run by the man they call Scooter. Scott Peterson pushed him out of bounds after a 10-yard gain.
Watch Coleman, number 77, the tackle, going down, trying to make the block. And Bieniemy used him. Step on him. What the heck? Get the yardage you can. Let's take another look at it. Right now, you see Coleman once again coming out. And now Bieniemy pushes him. Now, Coleman's not the quickest guy. And you've got Bieniemy that runs a 4.40. So push him out of the way. Now use him. Step on everybody you can. Get what you can. And almost a touchdown.
They'll mark the ball just inside the 2-yard line. And Colorado will call timeout with 1:08 remaining. As we look at Bill McCartney, he's glad he's got Eric Bieniemy on his side. He's got 93 yards so far, Jim. Will the pros look at 5'6", 190?
Remember Jamie Morris?
You betcha.
About the same size. He's playing.
I'd like to have this guy on my team, too. When we resume, 1:08 to go before halftime. First down, goal to go inside the 2-yard line for the Colorado Buffalo. They'll go to the eye bone. Bieniemy at the tailback spot. He cuts inside and scores. Bieniemy off right tackle, found the hole, scoots in his second touchdown of the game, and he goes to 94 yards on the half.
You'll see the quickness right now. He looks at the hole, inside's not there. Watch him just bounce right to the outside and then dart into the end zone. Look at that step right there. Leap into the end zone. Boy, he's got quickness, Mike. Oh, he sure does. Let's take another look at it. Look at it again. He sees it, nothing inside, out to the outside. A little bit of a hole, and he gets in.
Eric Bieniemy, his second touchdown tonight. And the extra point is up and is good by Blotto. And with 1:04 remaining, the Colorado Buffaloes have taken the lead 14-7 over BYU.
We'll see, not much of a hole once again, but Bieniemy finds whatever is there. You'll see Troy Long going on top trying to make the stop, but to no avail. Bieniemy in the end zone.
The toughest spot for on the CU bench is for the backup tailback on this team. He's an outstanding player from Pomona, California, J.J. Flanagan. And the way Bieniemy's playing, he may never see the light of day.
Right. Well, you look at the speed of these guys, too. Bieniemy supposedly runs a 4.40. I say supposedly because we all know, we hear different statistics. Then you go to J.J. Flanagan, he says he's a true 4.340. I don't even know what that is, Mike, 4.340.
Now, that's out of our league, guaranteed.
I like, you know, when I was playing, I always liked to have slow linemen. They made me look a lot quicker, you know.
1:04 remaining as Ken Culbertson prepares to kick off. That CU drive, 46 yards, 11 plays. Bieniemy, the 1-yard touchdown run. And Colorado leads 14-7 with 1:04 remaining. Culbertson will kick deep to Corley and Crutchfield. And the ball comes down at the 10-yard line, will be taken by Crutchfield, and he comes up over the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 21, where Brigham Young will take over first down and 10 with exactly 1 minute remaining in the half. Sean Covey has his offense at the 20-yard line, fakes the draw, looks over the middle, and it's complete and then dropped by fullback Fred Whittingham. Whittingham dropped the ball. He was wide open, but that wouldn't have gotten them much anyway with 55 seconds remaining and 80 yards to go, Jimmy.
You know, Colorado, Mike, has a great deal of proficiency scoring in the last 2 minutes of the half. That's the 7th score, 7th touchdown they've had in the last 2 minutes of the half this season.
Covey is 3 of 7 for 27 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and those kind of statistics are not typical of a BYU quarterback. Second down and 10. Covey drops to throw. Penalty flags fly. And it's complete over the middle to Cutler at the 29-yard line. Short of the first down, but we'll see what the penalty markers are for. Offside, Colorado. They didn't make the first down, so they'll more than likely take the 5 yards. saved the down with 47 seconds remaining in the half, and BYU trailing Colorado 14-7.
Well, they're not going to put any points on the board by going underneath that coverage.
Lavelle Edwards' pass offense is not geared to the deep route, though. It's a control type passing game, and it's very difficult for the control type passing to get you 75 yards in a hurry.
There's no doubt about that, Mike. But maybe BYU says, all right, let's take the short pass. Let's move the football. Let's be satisfied going in at a halftime with a 7-point deficit. Because, frankly, they played pretty well in this first half.
So Covey will bring his offense up with a first down, second down, and 5 after the 5-yard penalty. Drops to throw, again, complete over the middle. This time to the big tight end, Darren Handley. It's enough for the first down at the 38-yard line, and BYU will use a timeout.
And the brain trust is over on the sideline, gathered around Lavelle Edwards, saying, all right, what do we got to do to get deep?
Those are the kinds where you walk over and say, Coach, what do I do? He says, pick one.
That's right. Yeah, you got the scholarship. You can't lose here, you know?
Timeouts remaining. Brigham Young has the 2, as I mentioned. Colorado used one early in the first quarter, and they have 2 remaining, but they just as soon see the 36 seconds run out. Covey brings his offense up. First down and 10, their own 38-yard line. Split backs, 2 wide receivers, and Covey will drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll be sacked back inside the 30-yard line by Alfred Williams. Williams, who now has to take the pressure since Canavis McGee, their other pass rusher, is hurt.
You see Williams taking the inside move there, making the sack on Covey. That's the 4th sack by Colorado, and coming in this game, Alfred Williams was second on the team in sacks with 11.
And Covey in the hurry-up offense will drop to his own 20 to throw. Throws deep outside for Cutler, and it bounces once at the 40 before it gets to him. And there's 1 second remaining in the half. Dave McClellan had the coverage on Cutler.
Now, Covey has thrown short a couple times this afternoon. It just doesn't look like he's stepping and throwing, and he's been short on a couple passes to Bellini and downfield, and maybe we'll see Detmer in the second half.
Jim, is it the coverage or is it the pressure that the CU defensive front 7 is putting on it?
Well, there's nothing like pressure on the quarterback, Mike.
That makes secondary.
It's tough to throw when you're on your back, huh?
That's right. This will be the final play of the half. Covey under center. Will drop. Looking deep to the outside and throws for Cutler, and it's knocked away by Tim James. No, he caught it. But they say incomplete, not out of bounds, and that will end the half. And the halftime score, the Colorado Buffaloes lead the Brigham Young Cougars 14-7. 2 Eric Bieniemy 1-yard touchdown runs have the 14 points for Colorado, and a Sean Covey 19-yard pass to their big fullback Salido is the 7. Ashley Hodelman, cameraman's youngster, and of course Daddy was going to get him on, as we get the kickoff and it goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Earl Kaufman kicked it off for the Cougars. It goes out of bounds.
With a kickoff, out of bounds, re-kick, 5-yard penalty.
Jim, I know because you were such a big star, you never covered kickoffs, but when they go out of bounds and you got to re-kick it, there are 10 other guys that are real upset with the kick.
That's for sure. I did cover those kickoffs, Mike. You look at the play selection there, 10 passes and 22 runs for Brigham Young. Their normal tendency throughout the course of this year has been the reverse of that, about 2-1. We talked about the rushing and the passing. You know, it's just different from what we expected from BYU.
So BYU will have to find a way to move the football against the Buffaloes in this second half, and they may have to go back to that running game that was so successful early in the first quarter. In the meantime, I'm sure the Buffs will continue to give it to Eric Bieniemy. Kaufman again kicks it away, and it will come down at the 14-yard line, taken there and brought up over the 30, 35-yard line by the Buffs, and brought down. That was Mark Neal, the backup cornerback, who got it up over the 34-yard line. Now make it Pritchard, number 9, who brought it back, and the Buffs will take over first down and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Little towel on the back of his uniform there.
The kids love to dress up for the game. First down and 10, 36-yard line, and it's Bieniemy straight up the middle, up over the 40-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 43 before Regan Hansen, the inside linebacker for the Cougars, brings him down. It's a gain of 7. It'll bring up second down and 3.
They really have used Bieniemy effectively inside the tackles. You see his statistics there, 22 rushes, 101 yards, and I would venture a guess that 70 of those yards were inside the tackle.
Second down, 3. Ball at the 43-yard line of BYU. First series of the second half. Inside handoff. George Hemingway, the fullback, and he's into BYU territory at the 47-yard line.
You just get that feeling, Mike, that Colorado, and about midway through that second quarter, is just taking control of the football game.
That was Eric Kissick, not Hemingway, and they've been alternating at fullback. And he gets the gain. It's first down and 10, 46-yard line. They mark it of BYU. I formation with 2 wide receivers. Bieniemy again skips inside, dances over the 45-yard line to the 43. Troy Long brings him down. Let's go down to Bobby Anderson on the Colorado sideline.
I talked to Colorado coach Bill McCartney as he came out for halftime. Asked him if he was surprised that BYU was running the football so much. He said he really was surprised, and they run the trap draw just about as well as anybody in the country. Back up to Mike.
All right, thanks, Bobby, and I'm certain they were surprised. Everyone expected BYU to put it in the air. Back to the eye bone for the Colorado Buffaloes on second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain by Bieniemy. This time, the inside handoff to Eric Kissick again, and Kissick will be downed at the 39-yard line. They say his knee touched there, and it'll be a yard or 2 short of a first down. Bud Orr, the defensive tackle for the Cougars, got the hit.
You wonder what's happening at halftime. You know, coaches get in halftime. You say, what changes are going to make? You saw it right there. Inside the tackles are going to pound on him, and that's what they've done in this series.
Third down, 3, 39-yard line of the BYU Cougars. Eye bone formation. Bieniemy, the tailback. He'll get the fake handoff from Manesi, and he'll break over the 40, and he'll get first down yardage as he nears the BYU 35. The tackle made by middle linebacker Bob Davis, number 36.
You see how all those things were set up, Mike? They pound 3 times in the middle, twice to Bieniemy, once to Kissick. Then they set it up the same way, ride the fullback, unless he keeps it, takes it outside, and a good first down.
Lavelle Edwards looks on as his defensive club faces a CU first and 10 at the BYU 35. Again, the fake to Bieniemy this time, and the throw out in the flat, and it's complete to M.J. Nelson. MJ, the 5'9", 155-pound junior, makes the catch. Troy Long, the strong safety, the stop.
Well, this whole play is set up by the ability to run the football. Again, a play action. You get MJ out there one-on-one, this time against Bergeson. He got some beat to get another first down.
Ball marked inside the 25-yard line at the 24. First down, 10, Colorado. I formation, 2 tight ends. And the pitch back to Bieniemy. Bieniemy inside the 20 makes a skip stack down to the 18-yard line, where Scott Peterson, the free safety, makes the stop.
You know you're going to be in trouble if you're going wide and your guard, the opponent's guard, is able to turn upfield with a runner like Bieniemy. Colorado has now rushed the ball 24 consecutive plays before that last pass, huh?
And I would do it too, the way they are running the football. Second down, 4, 6-yard gain for Bieniemy. Ball at the 18-yard line of the Cougars. Again, Bieniemy, this time to the weak side. Inside the 15, and he's got first down yardage at the 13-yard line. So Bieniemy picks up 5. Another Colorado first down inside the 20-yard line.
Little counter step by Bieniemy, giving a chance for the guard to pull. Now watch him how he writes right on the tail of the guard, weak. Turns it upfield. Again, another good first down. If you get that guard out in front of you, you've got that room, and you're able to turn it up with a guard ahead of you. You know you're going to pick up some yardage.
or the defensive tackle, and Mitchell, the left corner, had to make the stop on Bieniemy. First down and 10. 13-yard line of BYU, and again it's Bieniemy on the inside run, and he falls inside the 10-yard line to the 9, and a penalty marker hits the ground. Brian Mitchell, the left cornerback, came up to make the stop, and we'll see what the penalty marker offers. Holding Colorado. Jack Gatto, the referee, signals holding against the Buffaloes, and it will take them back. And that's the kind of play that coaches go crazy over.
On the offense, during the run, repeat, first down.
Mike, I was talking last night to the defensive coordinator of BYU, Dick Felt, and he just said, was raved about the offensive line of Colorado. He said they're very, very physical. They're really an aggressive offensive line.
Marked from the spot of the foul, a 15-yard penalty. It'll be first down and 20. And the handoff inside to Bieniemy, and he skips over the 20-yard line to the 17, where both inside linebackers and the nose tackle Knight bring him down. It'll be a gain of 6 and bring up a third down and 14. Make that second and 14.
Well, if you like variety in offense, you're not seeing it here. It's Bieniemy, Bieniemy, and Bieniemy.
Well, he had 94 yards in the first half, and a man's been that productive, you keep going back to him. Second down 14 after the 6-yard gain, and Anesi will drop the throw. Going for the corner of the end zone, and it's knocked away, intended for JoJo Collins in the corner of the end zone, and Eric Bergeson had the coverage.
Well, he had position on Collins, everything. Well, good coverage by Bergeson, Eric Bergeson.
It was M.J. Nelson that was the intended receiver. 18, M.J. Nelson.
You saw the good position by Bergeson there, knocking the ball away.
Collins now comes in, and M.J. Nelson goes out, and it's third and 14 from the BYU 17-yard line. Two wide receivers, I formation. Bieniemy dots the I. Anesi drops the throw, got a man open in the corner and overthrows it. Anesi had JoJo Collins in the corner of the end zone open, but he threw it too high. Scott Peterson was there for the defense, but Collins was open.
Not real good timing on the throw either. You saw that Anesi brought the ball down looking for Collins, and the ball was thrown on rhythm. It could have been 6.
So Pat Blotto will come on to attempt a 33-yard field goal. They'll mark it at the 23, the 10 of the end zone for 33 yards. Jeff Campbell will hold, and the kick is blocked. It's blocked, and it'll be recovered by BYU at the 20-yard line, where they will take over first down and 10.
That was Tim Knight, got the penetration on the block.
So 9:39 remaining in the third quarter. It's Colorado 14, BYU 7. There's a change at quarterback, Jim. The freshman Ty Detmer comes in for BYU. First down and 10. They mark it at the 21-yard line after the blocked field goal. And Detmer will throw on his first play. Got a man wide open. His big tight end, Darren Handley. And Ty Detmer, the freshman, gets a 21-yard gain to his tight end on the first play that he gets in the game.
Got to give you great confidence. First play of the ball game, you go deep to the tight end on a crossing pattern, and you hit a strike. Looking right on the number 88. Good pass by Detmer.
And Jim, we saw the change for Colorado in that they were going to run the ball inside. The change for BYU was a big one. They went to the freshman quarterback, and he hits his first pass for 21.
He looks like he has a good strong arm, a little stronger arm than Covey.
First down 10, 42-yard line of BYU. And Detmer this time will hand off inside to Bellini, and he'll break into Colorado territory and spin to the 44-yard line. The tackle there by Don DeLuzio, the inside linebacker for CU.
You think this enthusiasm by BYU is caused by the fact that Detmer is in the ball game? I think it's also because you see a guy like Bellini not being stopped by the first, second, or third person to hit him.
14-yard gain for Bellini, another first down for BYU. 5 rushes for 68 yards for the tailback Bellini.
Bellini coming into this football game averaged 5 yards per carry, but is really noted for his pass catching ability. He's caught 51 on the season.
Bellini, the tailback, back into the offense after Detmer had hit his tight end to loosen up the Colorado defense. First down 10, 44-yard line of Colorado, and Detmer will drop the throw. Waiting, looks over the middle, and throws incomplete to Chuck Cutler, his wide receiver. 8:33 remaining, third quarter. Colorado leading BYU 14-7, but a change at quarterback has sparked the Cougars. Ty Detmer, the 6-foot, 180-pound freshman, with split backs, 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen, and he'll drop the throw. Looking, and just gets it away as he was hit in the backfield just as he threw the ball by Tom Reinhardt.
He has time to throw the football, Mike. You see it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now watch the pocket just collapse around him. And it's Reinhardt, number 97, that makes the hit. You saw the yellow flag just coming right into the picture, and you know what that is, folks. It's holding.
Well, it drops in the backfield there. It'll cost him 15 yards if it is, in fact, holding. We'll wait for the official call from Jack Gatto, the head referee. 8:28 remaining. This drive started at the 21 after a blocked Colorado field goal.
On the offense, penalty is declined, third down.
Interesting call, declined the penalty.
I'm a little surprised by that. You got a good walk-off back into the BYU territory. It's 3rd and 10 yards to go now, but you know BYU can pick up that 10 yards pretty easily.
I like 2nd and 25 more than I do 3rd and 10.
I do too, especially at this part of the field.
So it does bring up 3rd down and 10 at the Colorado 44. The freshman, Ty Detmer, under center, split backs, 2 wide receivers. Detmer will drop the throw. He's under pressure, spins out of the pocket, looks downfield, fakes, and is pushed out of bounds by Bruce Young, the strong safety. And he's way short of the first down as he's pushed out of bounds to stop the clock with 8:18 remaining third quarter.
Once again, though, Mike, a very slow developing pass patterns. If you throw on rhythm, back in your stance, 1, 2, 3, throw the football, he had time to do that, but the pocket collapsed because Detmer couldn't find a receiver open.
So that'll bring on Pat Thompson. And it's JoJo Collins standing back at his own 10-yard line in single safety, awaiting Pat Thompson's punt. On 4th down, Thompson gets it away, hangs it high, and it will be fielded at the 1 and then bounces into the end zone, and it will be a touchback.
Here are a couple of football fans who live in the Los Angeles suburb of Manhattan Beach. They're here at the Anaheim Bowl game tonight. Hey, what do you think about our question? Should there be a national playoff and why?
Yeah, I think there should be. It should be run just like the professional games and have the bowl games run down to like a Super Bowl of college football.
Well, that's what most of our fans are saying. 80% say yes, there should be a national playoff. 20% say no, leave it to the polls. Give us a call. Phone in your vote. There is a $1 charge per call. We'd love to hear from you. Call us now.
On 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line, Brad Mitchell has picked off a pass to Jeff Campbell. Anesi to Campbell on the deep throw, and here's a look at it.
Well, Colorado trying to mix up BYU coming out with the pass right away. Doesn't work.
At 8:02 of the third quarter, only the first turnover of the game, and BYU takes over 1st down and 10 at their own 36-yard line. The freshman Ty Detmer, 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. He'll drop the throw once the screen gets it in the flat to Whittingham, who's stumbling and falls forward for about a 2-yard gain. But Jimmy, that screen pass was set up well. It was just that Whittingham couldn't keep his feet.
Yeah, Whittingham couldn't keep his feet, and good reaction back to the football by the inside linebacker Michael Jones. I really thought he'd pick up some pretty good yardage. As you said, Mike, it was set up well. He had 2 blockers out in front of Whittingham, but he got caught from the inside by Michael Jones.
They'll give Whittingham 2 yards officially. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the BYU 37-yard line. 1 setback. And Detmer will hand off to the stop, and let's go down to the Colorado sidelines with Bobby Anderson.
As quarterback Ty Detmer tries to get the Cougar offense cranked up, their problems, of course, have been the last 3 out of 4 games. In the last 4 games, they had -12 in the turnover ratio with 11 interceptions and 9 fumbles. Their first 8 games, when BYU was 7-1, they had a +4 in the turnover ratio. So they're going to leave it up to Ty Detmer to try to crank up the BYU Cougars. Back to Mark.
And that's why they've changed quarterbacks in a number of games, because of that turnover ratio. Detmer drops to throw inside his 30-yard line and hits Bellini over the middle, who breaks 2 tackles, and he's into Colorado territory at the 41-yard line. Tim James finally pulls him down.
We talked about the enemy for Colorado, but boy, Bellini is a fine all-around football player. Here you'll see him right on target. Ball's getting him right on the number 8. Now that's a deep pattern for a running back. He's 15 yards down the field, and you'll see he doesn't get stopped by the first guy. Good, solid football player, Mike. Let's look at it at another angle. Detmer is looking him off. He's looking off the receiver well. Now you see him turn back to Bellini, who's got a step on McLuhan, and it's a good reception by BYU.
First down 10, Colorado 41-yard line, and the Cougars will go back to the draw play, and it's an inside handoff to Salito, and Salito will get 13 yards and a first down.
Well, BYU continues to run the football by trapping. You'll see the guard pulling right there, make the trap. The other guard turns it upfield, and now Salito has got his protector out in front of him, picks up another first down.
And Jim, as usual, the Mislu crew does a heck of a job with the replays. You get every angle possible, and they always seem to be in the right place at the right time. A look at Lavelle Edwards on the sidelines. He's happy now, as it's first down and 10 at the 27-yard line. And ball thrown outside to Bellini, and he'll get another 10 yards in a first down. And Detmer is hot. Dion Figures pushed him out of bounds after an 11-yard gain.
Coming out of the slot formation, Bellini just to sprint out to the sideline. He's got Figures beat right there. That's number 29. He's got Long beat, number 17. Well-conceived passing game, though. It looks a lot better than in the first half. You'll see it once again. Long 17 in hot pursuit, but not in time.
And again, when the BYU passing game is going, it seems to get wide receivers open with nobody around them. First down and 10 after the 11-yard gain, and the draw play inside, and the handoff to Mike Salito, and he'll gain a couple of yards, but penalty markers fly all over the field.
Once again, it looked like the BYU center snapped the ball ahead of the count because he saw Colorado jump offside. Now let's see if that's what the official saw.
Defense, offside, in the neutral zone at the snap. Repeat first down.
So the 5-yard penalty, and Jimmy's great eyes, he saw it. It'll be first down and 5 at the 11-yard line of Colorado. 8 penalties for Colorado for 62 yards, and BYU has been fairly penalty-free with only 2 for 20. So first down and 5 after the 5-yard offside penalty, and Detmer drops straight back to throw. Looks in the end zone and had a man open. Bryce Doman.
He was going for Bryce Doman, but good coverage by Don Figures. Let's look at it. He's going for Doman on a crossing pattern. Now watch Figures, number 29. Just step right in front, get that hand up there, and knock it away.
Figures, a freshman who beat out a 3-year starter at the cornerback spot. Keith Boniflet had been there for 3 years since his freshman year, and Figures, quite an athlete, has stepped into the starting lineup. So second down and 5 for BYU at the 12-yard line of Colorado. Hand off to Bellini, tries to get outside, and he won't get any farther than the 14-yard line. He'll lose 4 as Michael Jones and Alfred Williams were there to keep him from going anywhere.
BYU trying to cross up the defense of Colorado by going on the run on the second down play, but Colorado doesn't buy it. Stops the runner for a loss of what, yard or 2?
They'll move it back to the 15-yard line. Tim James also there to force it, the strong safety. San Dimas. So it brings up third down and 8 now, and they mark it all the way back at the 15, and Detmer 15-yard touchdown reception from freshman Ty Detmer, and he beat Deion Figures for the score.
Colorado coming with the safety blitz. You may see number 7 Young come into the picture, makes the hit, but not in time. The ball gets off to Cutler, and Cutler had Deion Figures beat on the play. And watch the blitz again. Number 7 coming in your picture right there. Boom. Detmer takes the hit, but the ball is right on target to Cutler for the 6.
So it's 14-13, and Jason Chaffetz comes on for the tying extra point out of the hold of Pat Thompson. Ball is down, kick is up and good. And at 4:16 of the third quarter, it's tied. And to look at the deep men for Colorado on the near side is M.J. Nelson. The far side, Mike Pritchard. Earl Kaufman kicks it away. And it will be M.J. Nelson at the 10, 20, 25. And he'll get up to the 30-yard line. And let's go down to the sidelines to Dwayne Dow with a special guest.
Yes, with Debbie Johnson, Miss Orange County. How you enjoying the game, Debbie?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. Thanks.
Well, what are you doing as Miss Orange County? What kind of a year has it been for you here in California?
Well, I've been Miss Orange County since May 15th, and I've been doing appearances. I competed in the Miss California pageant on July 29, and now I've been doing appearances this last about a month with the Freedom Bowl.
Well, congratulations. Great to having you light up our Freedom Bowl broadcast, right, Mike and Gravo?
All right, thanks, Dwayne. First down 10, Colorado, their own 30-yard line. Score tied at 14, and Eric Bieniemy gets the carry up over the 30-yard line to the 30, to the 32. Let's take another look at that touchdown pass. Detmer to Cutler.
Detmer takes a real hit on this play by number 7 Young, the safety who's coming on the blitz. Colorado blitzes and they get burned by the ball thrown a little underthrown, but Cutler right there falling right in the end zone for the touchdown.
8 plays, 65 yards. It took 3:16 in the 15-yard pass from Detmer to Cutler, and we're tied at 14 with 4.5 minutes remaining. Third quarter, 5th annual Freedom Bowl. Second down, CU. Bieniemy up over the 40-yard line, and where they mark him could be close to a first down as Regan Hansen, the inside linebacker, made the stop for BYU.
It was a heck of a job of blocking by the left guard of Colorado, Joe Garton, who really stayed in the face of the outside linebacker, Dwayne Johnson, allowed Bieniemy to get to the outside.
So they'll mark it just short of first down yardage. He needed the 40-yard line, and he's at the 39 3/4. Bieniemy, 28 carries, 131 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he'll see it more in this game.
He's just not durable, though, is he?
5'6", 190. And Anesi will sneak for the first down. He just needed the 40-yard line. They'll mark it past the 40, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Colorado Buffalo. A look at the CU cheerleaders who were happy with the 14-7 lead. Now it's tied. We got a football game with 4:26 and counting, third quarter. And Lavelle Edwards is looking for a way to stop number 1.
Several people have looked for a way to stop that young man.
First down 10, 41-yard line of Colorado. Anesi will fake the draw, roll, and had a man open inside the 50-yard line. Tom Stone, the tight end. Well, it was John Perrick, the tight end. Had him open, but he threw it short, and it'll bring up second down and 10.
Well, it looked like he was trying to guide that football instead of just stepping and throwing it. And he had the tight end open, but just underthrew him.
Bill McCartney trying to change up the offense, threw on first down that time. It'll bring up second down 10, 41-yard line of Colorado. Score tied at 14 with 4:08 remaining third quarter. I formation, 2 wide receivers for Colorado. Bieniemy on the draw play, breaks inside, makes a juke step, and gets to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4. It'll bring up third and 6. Regan Hansen again on the stop. He and Davis have been very busy with Colorado running inside the tackles. The 2 inside linebackers getting a lot of work.
It wasn't a big deal run by Bieniemy, but just a little nuance of the game. It looked like 2 white jerseys there to stop him for a 2-yard gain. He makes a 4-yard gain out of it.
Third down, a long 6 yards for Colorado. They'll go to the slot back, 1 setback, and Anesi will drop the throw. He's got time now. The pressure forces him out of the pocket. He'll get up to the 46-yard line, but it'll be 4 yards, 5 yards short of the first down. Tim Knight and Mark Neal bring Onesi down, and it will bring on English to punt. Keith English, the All-American punter for Colorado, will come on to punt it away. Mike O'Brien, number 32, the lone receiver for BYU. And English will get it away from his own 35-yard line. A high hanging kick that will hit at the 20 and will bounce down inside the 5-yard line, but it may have touched a Colorado player back out at the 18. And after the 39-yard punt by English, BYU will take over first down and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The ball did touch a CU defender, and so BYU takes over at the 19, though the ball went inside the 5. First down 10, and Detmer will try to run the draw play, and Colorado was all over it. Fred Whittingham tried the draw, and 4 CU black shirts were there to stop him for a 3-yard loss.
Absolutely no place to run for Whittingham. That whole offensive line of Brigham Young was just pushed back, and Whittingham looks up. He says, I don't see any place to go.
They'll mark it all the way back to the 15-yard line, a 4-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd and 14 for Ty Detmer and his Cougar offense. The freshman quarterback, redshirt freshman, in relief of the starter Sean Covey. And Detmer on the fake pitch will roll, now throw in the flat, and it's complete to the 20-yard line to the big tight end, Travis McBeth. McBeth gets out to the 20-yard line. He'll get back the 4 yards they lost and then a little bit more, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 9.
Interesting kind of play, Mike, as Travis McBeth was really blocking on Lamar Gray, and then he released him. Gray went in on pursuit on the quarterback, Detmer. Detmer just popped it out to McBeth.
So they'll mark it at the 20-yard line, just past. 3rd down, 9 yards to go for Ty Detmer and his Cougar offense. 4 wide receivers, no tight ends, 1 setback. Detmer drops to throw. He's under pressure, and he's going to go nowhere as he's yanked down by Alfred Williams back inside the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down, and that is the 5th sack of the evening.
Let's watch the rush by Colorado. You'll see number 94, Williams, just blanket Detmer. No chance to get the ball off.
And again, excellent coverage in the secondary. Pat Thompson, number 17, will stand 5 yards deep in his end zone to punt it away. And again, not a very good kick. And the fair catch is made at the sideline by Jeff Campbell, the wide receiver, and CU will take over there, first down and 10 after the 32-yard kick. Just 31 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Well, certainly not all-American punts this evening.
And again, I think you made the point at the top of the show, Jim. Yes, they are all-American punters, but they're now at sea level and not at high altitude. They'll mark the ball at the 42-yard line, where Colorado takes over, first down and 10. I formation, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. Hand off to Bieniemy. He slips inside, across the 40 and down to the 35-yard line, where Regan Hansen finally pulls him down. 17 seconds and counting. Colorado got 7 yards from Bieniemy. It'll bring up 2nd and 3, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So at the end of the 3rd quarter at the 5th annual Freedom Bowl, we've got a tie football game. The Colorado Buffaloes 14, Brigham Young 14. As we start the 4th quarter, Colorado has changed quarterbacks. They've gone to the true freshman, Darian Hagan, to run the option on first down and 10. It's George Hemingway, the fullback, and let's go down to the sidelines to Bobby Anderson.
He was first a Colorado Buffalo, then he was an Oakland Raider, and then an LA Raider. This guy played on the last Colorado Buffalo team that won a bowl game in 1971 when the Buffs were third in the nation. Cliff Branch. Cliff, you have an interest in the Buffalo still?
Well, yes, Ben, I'm a former alumni, and I have a son that plays for the Colorado Buffalo, so it makes it family.
How does it make you feel to see that Buffalo run again?
It feels great, Bobby. I tell you, I hadn't really seen the Buffs play in a long time, but I tell you, they got a good program going again, and it's good to see them winning again.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Bobby.
Cliff Branch.
All right, Bobby, and Cliff Branch, former Oakland Raider.
Could he run?
Oh, could he run? At CU, he was spectacular. So the freshman quarterback, Darian Hagan, his first play, a short one by the fullback, and this time Eric Bieniemy will bounce to the outside, trying to get past the 30. He does, and down to the 27. Brian Mitchell finally pushed him out of bounds. And again, Jim, you've said it before, it looked like Bieniemy was going to lose yardage, and he picks up a good game.
Real mix-up in the offensive line. Both the guard, Joe Garton, and the tackle, left tackle, Bill Coleman, both pulled. They bumped into each other. That caused a mix-up. Bieniemy says, hey, I don't care what you do. I'm going to make some yardage, and he does.
Got 3 at second down 7. Ball at the 27-yard line of Brigham Young. Score tied at 14. Hagan fakes, cuts back inside. Was trying for the 20-yard line, the first down marker, and he'll be 2 yards short. He'll bring up third down and 2. Mark Neal made the stop.
Last year, Darian Hagan was picked as the best option quarterback in the country. Highly recruited young man. There you'll see his statistics for the season.
I know Bill McCartney doesn't like to play freshmen, and there aren't many coaches in the country that do, but he's looking for a change up here with the freshman Hagan at quarterback. The eye bone, third down and 2, 22-yard line. Fake inside, looking for the pitch, and Hagan's going to be thrown for a big loss back at the 26-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down and 6, and again, Mark Neal forced from his cornerback spot.
Just great defense by BYU. There was no place to go. Hagan looked inside first, nothing there. Let's really take a look. A ride into the fullback Hemingway. Now, Hagan's looking to turn it up. He's got no place to go. There's number 41, Neal, right in his face.
Neal, the strong outside linebacker, was not fooled by the triple option. Big number 41. So we'll get a field goal attempt. Pat Blotto again from 43 yards. And Colorado has too many men on the field trying to get Kissick off. No, it's a fake, and they throw it inside the 20 and down to the 6-yard line. They tried to make it look like Kissick was the 12th man on the field. And Jeff Campbell, the holder, pops up, hits Kissick in the flat, and they get a first down.
Well, take a look at the acting job by Kissick right there, running off the field. Oh, my God, I shouldn't be on the field. No, he turns it upfield. Great deception by Colorado. Got everybody fooled, including us. Campbell threw him well. Not a great throw by Campbell, but it's right on target. It's a first down.
He had this announcer fooled, and he fooled the entire 11 BYU players on the field. First down, Colorado. First and goal at the 7. Hagan again thrown for loss, and penalty markers fly. Hagan trying to run the option, and the tackle made by linebacker Tim Clark.
Let's watch the decision by Hagan. Right, doesn't have a chance to make a decision because Tim Clark is right in his face.
But there's a penalty marker down on the field. That was a first and goal play from the 7-yard line. Now, it may have been one of those yellow towels from Colorado. No penalty marker. So it's marked back a 7-yard loss to the 14. Hagan on the fake, wants to throw. Going outside, got running room, cuts back at the 10, and squeezes down to the 3-yard line. Freshman quarterback Darren Hagan, and Brian Mitchell finally brought him down.
Here's an example of what speed will do for you, because 55 Hairston had a shot at him, but Hagan just outran him. Now he sees it up, he sees an opening upfield, he tucks the ball away. He thinks about 6 points, doesn't quite get there, but good run by Hagan.
10 yards down to the 3-yard line.
Mike, it really looked like BYU had it pretty well defended, but the speed of Hagan got him to the outside.
So third and goal from the 3-yard line. Hagan under center, I formation, pitch back to Bieniemy. He bounces outside, back inside, and will be stopped. And then penalty markers fly. Scott Peterson made the tackle on Bieniemy at about the 2-yard line.
The enemy looked like he should have been stopped on the 5-yard line. Let's take a look at it. No place to run. He gets hit right there by Davis. Breaks that tackle. Now it's Patterson who hits him. Still fighting for yardage. Doesn't pick up enough.
So no touchdown, and they'll go to the field goal. A 19-yard attempt by Pat Blotto out of the hold of Jeff Campbell. Spotted at the 9-yard line. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is good. Michael Brooks Farr, number 3, and 26 Stacy Corley are the deep men as Ken Culbertson kicks it away, and it'll be Corley dropping the ball at the 6. He goes back to the 2 to pick it up, and he's going to be bottled up and be taken down at the 7-yard line. So a mistake by Stacy Corley, the sophomore running back, and BYU will start in horrible field position. Tim James brought him down at the 7-yard line.
And Mike, that's really been one of the stories of this football game, the terrible field position for BYU and the good field position by Colorado. You see the fumble, the muff right there. Corley tries to make the best of it, but he can't go far.
So they'll mark the ball at the 7-yard line. First down and 10. Ty Detmer. 2 backs, 1 wide receiver, and his tight end on the near side jumps before the count. Travis Macbeth went before the snap. It'll cost BYU half the distance to the goal line.
You see the score by quarters. First quarter even. Colorado goes out in front in the second, and then BYU in the third. Now Colorado up by 3.
The perfect game.
Yeah, it's been a good one.
Back and forth, back and forth. Jack Gatto.
Dead ball. Encroachment by the offense. Repeat first down.
A lot of Colorado fans in that end zone. And Alfred Williams trying to fire him up at the defensive end. First down. And 13 and a half. And it'll be a handoff to the fullback, Mike Solito. And Solito will get out over the 5-yard line to the 7. Let's go down to the sidelines and Dwayne Dow.
Well, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, Miss California, Miss Freedom Bowl, Christina Faust. And Christina, what's in your immediate future these days?
Well, Miss USA is next month in Mobile, Alabama. It's the 28th of February. And depending on what happens with Miss USA, I'm going to attend Brigham Young University.
So you're rooting for the Cougars here tonight, huh?
Well, I am, but may the best team win.
Miss California, Miss Freedom Bowl, Christina Faust.
There's diplomacy, isn't it?
Second down and 9. This time it's the fullback Whittingham. And he'll get out close to the 15-yard line. About 3 yards short of the first down. Michael Jones, the inside linebacker, makes the stop. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 yards for a first down for BYU.
Going back to Miss California, I do love that diplomacy. I'm going to BYU, but may the best team win.
And the Miss America contest is in Mobile, Alabama, where the Ms. Lowe crew will be to cover the Senior Bowl. 3rd down and 3. 10 minutes exactly to go in this football game. Colorado leads by 3. And on 3rd down, Detmer's over the middle to his big tight end. Over the 20-yard line to Darren Handley. And Handley gets the first down as Bruce Young brings him down. They'll mark it at the 21. First down 10, Cougars.
You got to appreciate what those tight ends go through. You know, they get beat up on the line of scrimmage. Then they get out for that little turn-in pattern. When you catch it over the middle, as you well remember, Michael, you're going to get hit and get hit hard. And that time Handley did. But he hung on to the football.
Detmer is 7 out of 10 for 85 yards and a touchdown since he's come into the game in relief of Sean Covey. First down 10, 24-yard line. BYU again looking to throw the football, and it's thrown outside to Bryce Doman on the flanker screen. But CU knew what was coming, and Lamar Gray, the outside linebacker, made the stop.
They may have been able to call the penalty there too, but they didn't cut the red motion. They made a block a little prematurely, but the official didn't pick it up. But not much of a gain by BYU.
Bryce Doman got a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Ball at the 27. 6-yard line of BYU. Split backs, and Detmer will drop between them. Looking over the middle, and what a catch. Tim James had that ball picked off, and Chuck Cutler stole it away from him for a 13-yard gain.
Watch this reception. You'll see the underneath coverage by number, I believe it's number 15, David Gibbs. Let's see if we can pick it up. Now watch Gibbs right in front of the ball, but Cutler reaches up high and grabs it away from him. Good concentration by Cutler. Let's take another look at it. Look at Gibbs, 15 right there. Should have had the interception, but he couldn't leap high enough to get it.
Tim James made the tackle. They mark it at the 39-yard line. First down, 10, BYU. They trail by 3. Handoff, Whittingham across the 40, fights to the 44. Dave McLuhan, along with Don DeLuzio, made the stop on Whittingham. He got 5 yards, second down 5. Ball at the BYU 44-yard line. 8:07 and counting. Brigham Young trails by 3. They have the football. Detmer under center. One lone setback. Cutler in motion. And it's the draw play to Mike Solito, the fullback, and he's into Colorado territory and down at the 48-yard line by Mike Jones, the middle linebacker, and Lamar Gray, the left outside linebacker.
Once again, Brigham Young comes with that trap draw. They're taking advantage of the rush of the outside defensive end of Colorado. He's coming across the line of scrimmage, allowing that guard to come and trap him out, opening up a big hole.
First down yardage for Solito in Colorado territory at the 48-yard line. Detmer, again, the lone setback, this time Whittingham, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 47. Stopped by the middle of the Colorado line.
Not much room to run that time. Good job of closing up the middle by the defensive tackle of Colorado.
You got maybe an inch or two. They'll call it officially second down and 10 at the Colorado 48. Detmer again brings his offense out. 2 wide receivers, 2 setbacks. Colorado with a 5th defensive back in. Penalty marker flies. Pass complete over the middle at the 30-yard line.
That's going to come on back. That's a holding penalty going to be called against Brigham Young. Let's have a little look at Chuck Cutler, the leading receiver on Brigham Young. Knows how to turn into that open area of the zone and the ball right there, but that fine pass play is going to be nullified. It's going to be all called back. Be a walk-off against Brigham Young, and it's going to, I believe, it'll be holding.
Holding.
Sure enough.
On the offense. Repeat, second down.
See if we can pick up the hold. Right, yeah, right there. I don't know if that's holding if you see the defensive rush man's jersey being pulled away from his back. I don't know.
Cole Hayes had a real wide black jersey on him because he was being yanked around. So they'll mark the ball all the way back to the 42-yard line of BYU. And it's second down and 20 after the 10-yard holding penalty. Motion as Detmer drops to throw, then rolls. Looks like he wants to throw it back. Now under pressure from Alfred Williams, and Detmer does the smart thing, throws it away.
That's what's called their planned scramble. You see how he drops back in the pocket and just rolls to the right. It looks like a scramble, but that's designed.
6:09 remaining, 4th quarter. The Brigham Young Cougars are trailing Colorado by 3 points. And again, you've got another chance to vote on whether the Bulls should take part in the playoff picture to pick a national champion. If you want to vote, there's the number for yes and no. Remember, it's $1 per call. Third down and 20, facing the freshman quarterback Detmer. He drops the throw, looks to the outside, throws deep, got a man wide open at the 30-yard line. Jeff Franson, 28 yards to the 30-yard line. Wide open was Franson.
Corner pattern by Franson Finding that open area in the zone. Once again, the ball right on target. Look at that opening there to Franzen.
Keith Boniflet pushed him out of bounds, but a big gain for BYU on a crucial 3rd down and 20. So they mark it inside the 30-yard line. They'll make it officially the 29. 1st down and 10 BYU. They trail by 3 and have 6:03 remaining in the game. Inside handoff to Whittingham. And he's inside the 20-yard line and down. Bruce Young finally makes the stop.
I'll tell you, Brigham runs that trap draw as fine as I've seen in college football. You see the kick out there. Now look at the seal inside. There's Bellini making a good block, sealing everything inside. They kick out the defenseman. He did hit the knee. He did hit the knee. Whittingham was arguing a little bit. I never touched the ground. Let's take another look at it here. Right there, he rolls off the defensive back shoulder, but did he hit it or not? I don't know.
All right, 1st down 10 after the 13-yard gain by Whittingham. And this time Mike Salito will take the quick draw, and he'll get down to the 10-yard line. He's 2 yards short of a 1st down, but Salito runs the same exact play, this time off left tackle, gets 8, and Michael Jones and Tim James bring him down.
They really do an excellent job of blocking downfield. On the last play, we saw some of the seal blocking into the inside. This time they run it to the left. Exactly the same play and almost the same results.
8 yards for Salito. 5:04 and counting. Colorado leading by 3. But BYU knocking on the door. On 2nd and 2, this time the fullback Whittingham beats Michael Jones in the backfield.
That is the 3rd time this evening in a key situation for Brigham Young that Colorado has blitzed Michael Jones, and he's disrupted everything. The first one ended up in a fumble, and 2 other times he dropped him for a loss.
So it's a 5-yard loss, make it a 4-yard loss. 3rd down and 6. 4:29 and counting. Ball at the 14-yard line of Colorado. BYU trails by 3 on the 14th play of the drive. A throw towards the corner, and it's batted away. Dion Figures on Franzen. And the ball's batted away, and they want pass interference, but they won't get it.
Everybody on the Brigham Young side is arguing it should have been pass interference. As you said, Mike, they're not going to get it. Let's take a look right here. There's Detmer looking right now. Watch the pocket just collapse. He just decides to throw it up. He knows where his receiver is. Let's see if it... Oh, boy, I'll call it pass interference. Oh, yeah.
Dion Figures, the freshman, had the coverage, but no yellow flags. And so Jason Chaffetz will come on out of the hold of Pat Thompson from 31 yards and try to tie this game up. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:11 remaining in this 5th annual Freedom Bowl, we've got a tie game. Colorado 17, BYU 17. 4:11 remaining. Score tied, 17. BYU to kick off. And the ball will come down to M.J. Nelson. Nelson at the 15, the 20. And he'll drive to the 25-yard line, and Colorado will take over there. 1st down and 10.
Well, I asked some of the BYU fans who's going to win. They said it depends on which BYU team shows up. I think it's the better one that showed up today.
Ibone, still Hagan at quarterback. He fakes to the fullback, and he gets out over the 25-yard line. Let's go down to Bobby Anderson on the Colorado sideline.
Yes, right. He's there. It's another. No one will stay. No one will do anything.
Well, Bobby had some problems with Eric Bieniemy's mom, who was watching. And we'll get back to the action. 3:39 and counting. Hagan got 4 yards, 2nd and 6 from the 26-yard line. Hagan to throw. Looking downfield, he throws long, and it's way over the head of Mike Pritchard, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Mistake by the young freshman quarterback, though. He threw that football about a yard past the line of scrimmage. It's all going to come back. It's going to be a penalty. Doesn't matter if it was a reception or not.
And Hagan had a wide open field in front of him. All he had to do was pull it down to get the first down. So the clock stops, 3:27 remaining, and the penalty marker is down for crossing the line and throwing a forward pass.
Mike, you've covered Colorado throughout this year. Are you a little surprised that McCartney is keeping Hagan into the ball game, the tie ball game late in the fourth quarter?
By the offense, the pass was thrown from beyond the neutral zone. That is also loss of down. It will be third down.
I am surprised. This is a triple option team that can gain big chunks of yardage on the ground. That's been their bread and butter all year. Now he's going with the freshman quarterback, unless Nessie's hurt. We haven't heard that officially, but he must feel that that's the situation. J.J. Flanagan now in at tailback, but on third down and 11, Hagan wants to throw, and he throws it up for grabs, and it's picked off. Picked off the 50 by Scott Peterson, and he'll slide down at the 47, and BYU will take over there. First down and 10, and the freshman again makes a poor choice. It's BYU first down and 10 at the 32, which had a penalty involved.
There was a dead ball foul, 15-yard walk-off against Colorado.
3:14 remaining, first down 10. The freshman Ty Detmer will hand off inside to Mark Bellini. Bellini gets inside the 30 and is spun down just short of the first down by Dave McClellan. Again, Bellini on that quick draw that has fooled Colorado all evening.
And Bellini has surprising speed. When I saw him take it to the outside, McClellan, I thought, would really run him down easy, but he almost broke that tackle, and that may have been a touchdown-saving tackle by McClellan.
They'll give him 8 yards officially, mark him out at the 32-yard line. Second down, a long 2 yards to go. Detmer hands off again to Bellini. He'll get inside the 20 and be pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And again, it's cornerback Dave McClellan. 3:02 remaining with the clock stopped.
Bellini, a good hard-nosed runner. He keeps those feet pumping and he picks up that extra yardage. There's a picture of the enemy, the leading ball carrier for Colorado. A little sad right now, to say.
And they voted for the most valuable players in this game, even though it's not over. Bieniemy, with 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, is the MVP for Colorado. And this young freshman redshirt quarterback, Ty Detmer, is the MVP for BYU. Handoff, Whittingham, the fullback. And he'll get maybe a yard down to the 18-yard line. It'll bring up second down and 9 as Alfred Williams makes the stop for Colorado. 2:53 remaining. 5th annual Freedom Bowl, tied at 17. Colorado and Brigham Young. Second down 9. Brigham Young at the 18-yard line of Colorado. Pass in the flat is complete to fullback Mike Salido. And Salido will get maybe a yard or 2 before Dave McClellan brings him down, and it will bring up.
You saw great pressure being put on Detmer, the quarterback, by the defensive tackle, Cole Hayes of Colorado. Detmer was lucky to get the ball off.
There's a guy who might be thinking about winning a Freedom Bowl game. Number 16, Jason Chaffetz, the field goal kicker. And if BYU can't put it in the end zone, it'll all be on him. But number 14 right now, Ty Detmer, the quarterback, has got this offense running for BYU.
Coming in the relief role, Detmer has certainly done the job in the second half. You can see Colorado down only 1 timeout. And that's, as you know, Mike, this is not a team of Colorado Buffaloes, one that can come from behind.
You know, it's interesting as we get ready here during the timeout that Colorado played 2 years ago here in the Freedom Bowl and lost to Washington 20-17.
May happen again.
Well, we saw Jason Chaffetz hasten back and forth on the sideline, and he may get his shot.
You know, those kickers, you know, they don't do a lot physically out there, but they do have a lot of mental pressure in a situation like this.
Third down and 8. Brigham Young University needs first down yardage to continue this drive for a score. Detmer under center, split backs, Cutler in short motion. Detmer drops to throw, got plenty of time, looking over the middle, and He had Dolman wide open and threw it behind him, incomplete. And that man, Jason Chaffetz, will come on to try to put Brigham Young up by 3.
You'll see right here how open Dolman is, but as he tries to come back for the football, his feet slip out from under him. Would have had a reception right there if he could have just maintained his balance.
So Chaffetz will attempt a 35-yard field goal that will give Brigham Young University the lead with 2:38 remaining in this game. Pat Thompson, the punter, will hold. The ball is down. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:33 remaining, it's a 3-point lead for the Cougars, who have not led this entire football game.
I'll tell you, that is a lot of pressure on a young man. And Chaffetz came through, split the uprights, 3-point lead by BYU.
Now, Jim, a lot of pressure on a Colorado football team that does not throw the ball well. 2:33 remaining in the game. Do they stick with the option, or do they make a change back to Anesi and let him try to throw and get them into field goal position?
Well, Anesi really isn't a very good thrower. His completion percentage going into this ball game was only 41%. They're not a come-from-behind team. Now, you'll see the reaction right there at Chaffetz saying, yeah, I got it, I made it. Ooh, celebration time for BYU. It's not over yet, though.
BYU will send on their kickoff team. Earl Kaufman will kick it away. As you look at Lavelle Edwards, who's been to bowl games quite a few times in his career, 11 straight, as a matter of fact. That BYU drive to the 35-yard field goal, set up by the interception. And BYU now with the 3-point lead will kick it away to M.J. Nelson or Mike Pritchard. Kaufman to kick it off. 2:33 remaining. Kaufman's foot into the ball. It's a short kick and goes to M.J. Nelson at the 15, 20, 25, and the 28-yard line. And Colorado, with 2:28 remaining, will take over first down and 10, trailing BYU 20-17.
Guess who's back in the ball game for Colorado? It's Anesi.
I would imagine after the freshman had done his thing, that head coach Bill McCartney of the Colorado Buffaloes would go back to his veteran quarterback. So it's first down 10, 2:28 remaining. Anesi at quarterback, drops straight back to throw. Under pressure. Rolls, pulls the ball down, and he'll get over the 35 and goes out of bounds at near the 40-yard line. Enough or very close to a first down.
Inside linebacker of BYU, Regan Hansen, came on the blitz, but just didn't have the speed to run down Anesi. Anesi scrambling out of the pocket, picks up the first down.
10-yard gain from the 29 to the 39. Colorado first and 10, 2:20 remaining in this football game. And the Buffaloes trail BYU by 3. Just one setback, and then Anesi will roll, throw short to Bieniemy. Got it at the 45, over the 50, makes a move, 45, BYU, and down to the 44. A long handoff or the short pass to Bieniemy, 17 yards before Pete Harston finally brings him down.
Mike, you always wonder why a defensive team in the last couple minutes of the ball game plays so loose. I know it's to prevent the long pass, but when you play it that loose, a team can march down the field on you.
2:10 and counting. Anesi back to throw. Over the middle. Intended for his wide receiver, Jeff Campbell. Let's go down to the sidelines to Dwayne Dow.
All right, Mike. Well, the fans are speaking loud and clear. You have spoken and say that you want a national college championship decided right here on the field. Now, 92% of our fans have said yes, there should be a national playoff. Only 8% have said no. You still have time to phone in your vote. Let's hear from you, Mike.
2:03 remaining. Anesi will run the draw play to Bieniemy, and he's going to be stopped. Stopped on second down and 10 for a 3-yard loss. Back to the 47-yard line by outside linebacker Dwayne Johnson.
Big tackle by Dwayne Johnson. Bieniemy could have taken it to the outside if he could have just gotten by Johnson. And with a man like Bieniemy, you never know what's going to happen once he gets out there in the secondary.
So Colorado takes its final timeout with 1:51 remaining in this game, and they trail BYU by 3. And they'll face a 3rd down and 13 yards to go for a predominantly running team.
Mike, you look at the field position that Colorado has right now, the time remaining 1:51. It's enough time to get in at least field goal range, but Colorado has had a great deal of difficulty with the field goal kicking.
With 1:51 remaining, if you don't make it on 3rd down, you go for it on 4th down, you're out of timeout. Is this a 4-down series?
Oh, I believe you got to go for it. There's no doubt about it. There's no tomorrow now.
Look at Eric Bieniemy on the field. He knows the situation. Lavelle Edwards knows the situation. His team leads by 3 over Colorado. And the Buffaloes face a 3rd down and 13.
You know what Brigham Dunn has done a good job. They've given up the yards to the enemy, but the enemy has really had to work for all those yards. I haven't seen no place to run that he made the big break. And I was expecting him to really pop out in the open, make a big long run, but Brigham Young has done a good job of containing him.
1:51 remaining, 3rd down, 13 at the BYU 47. Anesi drops, got a man over the middle. It's complete, but it's not anywhere near 1st down yardage. Complete to fullback Eric Kissick, and they'll mark him at the 47-yard line. That'll bring them to 4th down and 8 yards to go. Clock moving, 1:28 and counting. This is it, folks. 4th down and 8. Anesi to throw. Gets outside. And he's over the line of scrimmage and throws it long. So the ball will go over to BYU with 1:16 remaining. Well, unless we have one of those New York Giant plays where they fumble the football, with Colorado having no timeouts left, all Detmer will have to do is down the ball and let the clock run.
Yeah, it's all she wrote.
A great effort by 2 outstanding universities, though. And a bit of a surprise. Most people felt that the Big 8 team from Colorado would overpower BYU. But Lavelle Edwards, again, with that bowl experience, comes up with all the right plays at the right time and the right changes in personnel.
Yeah, the right changes. And I wonder about the change that McCartney made. Very frankly, I was surprised that Hagan was put in the ball game in the 4th quarter when it's really crunch time.
40 seconds and counting. And again, Detmer will just take a knee. Colorado cannot stop the clock. Little pushing and shoving, and that's the frustration of a close football game. But this one will go into the books. As a 2017 win for BYU. Colorado cannot stop the clock. And the clock will begin again as referee Jack Gatto starts the clock, and the BYU fans can start celebrating. Lavelle Edwards made the change, tied Detmer at quarterback in the 2nd half, and he brought BYU back. So the final of this 5th annual Freedom Bowl, Brigham Young 20 and Colorado 17.
Sunday at 6 on BYU television.
Each year, hundreds of young students are placed into special education classrooms for the simple fact that they come from foreign countries and don't understand English. BYU's English as a Second Language program is designed to help these young students, and the BYU